Have you ever been up at night, just lying there, staring at the ceiling, your body tired, but your mind racing? Maybe your stomach grumbles a little, and you think, should I eat something? But then that little voice creeps in, I'm over 60 now, what if it's the wrong thing? Maybe you grab a cracker, maybe you ignore it altogether, or maybe you just sit there, hungry, uncomfortable, and confused. You're not alone. Every night, millions of people your age are going through the exact same thing, tossing, turning, unsure of what their body really needs, wondering why sleep is harder now, why energy seems to fade faster, and why even the smallest food choices seem to matter more than ever. But here's the part no one tells you, what you eat before bed? It could be the missing link. Not just for sleep, but for your memory, your heart, your bones, your digestion, and yes, even how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Because at this stage in life, your body has different needs. And the wrong nighttime snack? It can disrupt your sleep, spike your blood sugar, cause joint stiffness, or leave you waking up more tired than when you went to bed. But the right food? The right food can ease your digestion, calm your nerves, soothe your joints, and help you drift into a deeper, more healing kind of rest. Tonight, we're going to talk about 7 powerful night foods. Gentle on your stomach, rich in nutrients, and specially chosen for those of us who've crossed that beautiful age of 60. Some of them you may already have in your kitchen. Others? You might be overlooking them completely. And one of them, food number 7, well, it's not exactly a food, but it might be the most relaxing addition to your evening routine yet. So grab a cup of something warm, get comfortable, and stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to reach for when that late-night hunger hits, and you'll understand how each of these choices supports not just your sleep, but your overall health. And hey, before we dive in, tell me something in the comments. Have you been struggling with nighttime hunger or poor sleep lately? If so, just comment "rest well" below, because you deserve it. We all do. And if you're new here, welcome to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Your go-to place for honest, practical, and loving tips on how to age with strength, comfort, and peace of mind. Now, ready to feel better starting tonight? Let's begin. Let's start with something simple. Something warm, comforting, and full of quiet memories. Picture this, it's the end of a long day. The sun has dipped below the horizon, the house is quiet, and the world is finally slowing down. You're in your robe, the lights are dim, and you're holding a small bowl in your hands. A warm, creamy serving of oatmeal, just like the one your mother made when you were little. Now, you might be thinking, isn't oatmeal for breakfast? And yes, most people think of it as a morning meal. But for those of us in our 60 and beyond, oatmeal at night is a hidden gem. You see, oatmeal is rich in complex carbohydrates, the kind that take their time digesting, helping to keep your blood sugar steady as you sleep. And when you pair it with warm milk? Well now, you've got something even better. Milk contains tryptophan, which the body converts into serotonin, the feel-good chemical. And serotonin, in turn, helps you produce melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. So instead of tossing and turning, you're giving your body what it needs to rest. But that's not all. Add a few banana slices for extra magnesium. Sprinkle a little cinnamon for natural sweetness and a touch of warmth. And now you've got more than a bedtime snack. You've got a gentle signal to your body that says, it's okay to rest now. You're safe. You're cared for. So the next time your stomach calls out late at night, skip the chips, skip the cookies. Reach for that bowl of oatmeal and give yourself something your body truly understands. But what if you're still hungry, craving something a little richer, something that fills you up and soothes the belly? Well then, you're going to love this next one. Let me introduce you to Harold. Harold is 72, a retired school principal with a sharp mind and a kind smile. But for years, he had a nighttime habit, late-night fries. Every evening around 9 p.m., he'd reach for that salty, greasy fix. And at first, that question changed everything. Because Harold made one small switch, he swapped those fries for baked sweet potatoes. And he hasn't had acid reflux since. Sweet potatoes might just be one of the most underrated nighttime foods, especially for folks over 60. They're naturally sweet, soft, easy to chew, and gentle on the stomach. But what really makes them shine is what's inside them. They're full of complex carbohydrates that take their time digesting. That means no sugar crashes. No middle-of-the-night hunger. Just steady, slow-burning fuel that helps keep your body relaxed. They're also loaded with potassium and magnesium, two minerals your muscles and nerves absolutely love. These nutrients help lower blood pressure, ease muscle cramps, and promote deeper sleep. And let's be honest, at this stage in life, anything that relaxes the body naturally is worth holding on to. Now, some folks get nervous when they hear the word carbs at night. But here's the truth. Not all carbs are the enemy. These are the good kind, the kind that nourish, soothe, and keep you full without bloating. And if you really want to level it up, try drizzling a little olive oil over them, just a touch. That heart-healthy fat helps you absorb the sweet potato's nutrients even better, while adding a silky richness that feels indulgent without the guilt. You can bake them. You can boil them. You can mash them with a pinch of cinnamon or even a spoon of plain Greek yogurt for a creamy twist. Whatever you do, just don't underestimate how powerful one simple potato can be. And speaking of healthy fats and creamy comforts, let's talk about something cold, calming, and full of nighttime power you might not expect. Let me tell you about Rita. Rita is 68, a retired librarian who loves crossword puzzles and walks in the garden. But for the longest time, she had this problem. Right around 10 p.m., her stomach would rumble. She wasn't hungry exactly, but there was this emptiness. A craving. She tried crackers. A slice of bread. Even a cookie now and then. But nothing really helped. Then her granddaughter, a nutritionist, suggested a single spoonful of plain Greek yogurt, sprinkled with chia seeds. It sounded too simple. Too small. But that one spoonful became her secret weapon. Greek yogurt is rich in calcium, which doesn't just build strong bones. It also helps your body produce melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Plus, it's packed with protein, which helps prevent muscle loss during sleep, a big deal as we age. And when you add chia seeds, now you've got fiber, omega-3s, and a slow-digesting combo that keeps your blood sugar steady and your belly happy. Now here's where many folks go wrong. They grab the flavored yogurts, thinking they're doing something good. But many of those have more sugar than a dessert. And that late-night sugar spike? It messes with your insulin, your sleep, and your mood. So stick with unsweetened Greek yogurt. Top it with a few berries if you like, or a dash of cinnamon. And those chia seeds? Just a teaspoon goes a long way. It's creamy. It's cool. It satisfies that nighttime urge without weighing you down. And most importantly, it works. But maybe cold foods aren't your thing, especially at night when you want something that warms you from the inside out. Don't worry. The next one on our list? It's all about warmth, comfort, and that cozy, home-cooked feeling that's been helping people sleep for generations. There's something almost magical about a warm cup of soup in the evening. You know what I mean. That gentle steam rising from the bowl, the smell of herbs and vegetables filling the kitchen. It's the kind of comfort that wraps around you like a soft blanket. For many of us, especially those who grew up in the care of loving grandmothers, soup wasn't just food. It was a ritual. A signal that the day was done, and peace was coming. And it turns out, Grandma knew exactly what she was doing. Vegetable soup or a simple broth-based stew is one of the most senior-friendly nighttime foods you can enjoy. Why? Because it's hydrating, easy to digest, and loaded with minerals that naturally calm your nervous system. Things like magnesium, potassium, B vitamins. They all play a role in helping your muscles relax, balancing your electrolytes, and even preparing your brain for restful sleep. Unlike heavy meals, a light soup won't sit like a rock in your stomach. It gently nourishes without overloading. Now, here's where some folks get it wrong. They think, soup's too light. I need something more filling at night. But that's exactly what makes soup ideal. You want to nourish, not stuff. You want something that supports your digestion, not something that works against it. Try adding spinach, carrots, or lentils to your soup. Spinach brings iron and magnesium. Carrots add beta-carotene, good for your eyes and skin. And lentils? They offer protein and fiber without being too heavy. Whether it's a clear broth or a chunky veggie stew, soup lets you end your day on a peaceful note, one spoonful at a time. But what happens when the craving isn't for warm and savory, but sweet? What do you do when your sweet tooth comes calling, and you're tempted to reach for cookies, candy, or a bowl of sugary cereal? Well, let me tell you about Walter. Walter is 74, a proud grandfather of 6, and for most of his life, dessert was sacred. Cake after dinner. Ice cream during the late-night news. He believed every evening deserved a sweet ending. But as the years went on, he noticed the changes. His blood sugar spiked, his sleep suffered, and he'd wake up groggy, sometimes shaky. Then one day, his doctor offered a new idea. Nothing fancy. Nothing processed. Just a sliced apple with almond butter. Walter gave it a try. He took a crisp apple, sliced it thin, and spread a little almond butter on each piece. And to his surprise, it hit the spot. Sweet. Crunchy. Creamy. And most importantly, it didn't leave him crashing hours later. Here's why it works so well. Apples are packed with fiber, which slows digestion and keeps your blood sugar steady. Almond butter adds healthy fats and magnesium, which relaxes your muscles and supports deeper sleep. Together, it's like giving your body just enough fuel to stay satisfied without overwhelming your system. A lot of people still make the mistake of going for sugary snacks before bed, thinking they'll sleep better. But those refined sugars send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, leaving you tossing, turning, and waking up feeling worse. Instead, just one apple slice and a tablespoon of almond butter is all you need. Simple. Wholesome. Effective. So the next time that craving creeps in, skip the sugar. Try nature's version of dessert. Your body, and your sleep, will thank you for it. And now, let's move from sweetness to something powerful. Something tiny, but mighty. Something your joints, your heart, and even your brain will quietly thank you for, night after night. Before you reach for a sleeping pill, let me offer you something simpler. Something straight from nature. Something as small as a walnut, but just as powerful. It might surprise you, but a small handful of walnuts before bed can work wonders, calming your body, easing inflammation, and quietly preparing your brain for rest. They don't look like much, those little curved shells. But inside, they hold a world of support for aging bodies. Walnuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, and if you've ever dealt with joint stiffness, achy knees, or brain fog, those omega-3s are like golden medicine. They help reduce inflammation, support heart rhythm, and even feed your brain cells the fats they crave. But that's not all. Walnuts also contain a natural dose of melatonin, yes, the very same hormone your body produces to tell you it's time to sleep. As we age, our natural melatonin levels decline, which makes it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. But nature has its way of helping us out, one walnut at a time. Now, Some folks worry, aren't nuts too fatty to eat before bed? And I get it. It's a common concern. But here's the truth, healthy fats, in moderation, don't cause weight gain. They support hormone balance, joint health, and even help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and E. The key is portion. You don't need a whole bowl. Just 6 to 8 walnut halves, about the size of a small handful, is all you need. Enjoy them 30 to 60 minutes before bed, either on their own or with a piece of fruit if you prefer. Let them do their quiet work, easing inflammation, protecting your heart, supporting your brain, and gently nudging your body toward rest. And now, we come to the final item on our list. It's not quite a food, but it is edible. And for many seniors, it's the nightly ritual that soothes the soul and calms the mind. Let me tell you about Mildred. She's 80 years old, sharp as a tack, and as graceful as ever. Every evening around 8:30, she brews herself a cup of tart cherry tea, or sometimes, chamomile. She doesn't miss a night. And when you ask her why, she just smiles and says, because it helps me dream deeper and wake up without those little aches in my hands. Now, there's some real wisdom in that cup. Chamomile tea has been used for centuries to ease anxiety, quiet the nerves, and relax the digestive system. It's gentle, floral, and naturally soothing. Perfect for winding down after a long day. Tart cherry tea, on the other hand, contains natural melatonin and anti-inflammatory compounds. It's particularly helpful for those struggling with arthritis pain or restless sleep. And the best part? It works without chemicals. Just a few sips can gently guide your body toward stillness. Now, you might be thinking, but I avoid drinking fluids at night, I don't want to be up all night using the bathroom. And that's completely understandable. But here's the thing, you don't need a full mug. Just half a cup, 30 to 45 minutes before bed, is enough to offer all the benefits, without interrupting your rest. Avoid adding sugar, though. You don't want a sugar rush when you're preparing to sleep. If you need a little sweetness, try a tiny splash of honey or a cinnamon stick for flavor. This final addition isn't just about nutrients. It's about ritual. It's about pausing, exhaling, and giving your body permission to unwind. A warm sip of something healing. A signal to your heart and mind that the day is done. That you've done enough. And now it's time to rest. So as we wrap up these 7 healing night foods, let's take a moment to reflect on why they matter, and what they truly offer, beyond just nutrition. Aging. It has this way of creeping in quietly, doesn't it? One day, you're moving through your routine with ease, and the next, you're wondering why your sleep isn't what it used to be. Why your stomach feels uneasy at night, why your knees ache more, or why your energy just seems to disappear without warning. And let's be honest, those changes can feel unsettling. Even scary. It's like your body, the one you've known your entire life, is suddenly speaking a different language. And when sleep becomes unpredictable. When digestion slows. When your evening meal leaves you bloated or restless instead of satisfied. It can feel like you're losing control. But here's the truth that too few people talk about, you're not powerless. You're not stuck. And no, it's not too late to feel better. Because even something as simple as what you eat before bed can bring a sense of calm back into your evenings. It's not just about nutrients, it's about ritual. Comfort. Self-respect. These night foods? They aren't magic. They're not fads. They're quiet helpers. Gentle tools. They work with your body, not against it. They support your mind, soothe your nerves, and remind you that care doesn't have to be complicated. Instead of fearing what aging brings, I invite you to reframe it. Think of it as a chance to tune in more closely. To notice the little signs, listen to your body, and respond with kindness. Start small. Maybe tonight, you try a warm bowl of oatmeal with a splash of milk. Maybe tomorrow, a sliced apple with a dab of almond butter. Not all 7 at once. Not perfectly. Just one, and then build from there. Because every healthy choice is a quiet act of love. And you, yes, you, deserve that kind of love from yourself. You deserve peaceful nights. You deserve steady energy. You deserve to wake up each morning and feel, I took care of myself. I'm okay. And these foods? They're not just about filling your stomach. They're about filling your evening with purpose. With intention. With care. So, let's take a moment and quickly recap what we've shared today. 7 thoughtful, powerful foods that can support your sleep, ease digestion, calm your mind, and care for your aging body. We talked about oatmeal with warm milk, for calming your system. Baked sweet potatoes, for steady energy and gentle digestion. Greek yogurt with chia seeds, for protein, calcium, and balance. Vegetable soup or broth, for warmth, hydration, and minerals. Sliced apple with almond butter, for a sweet yet stabilizing bedtime treat. A handful of walnuts, for your joints, brain, and natural melatonin. And finally, chamomile or tart cherry tea, a soothing nightly ritual to ease your way into sleep. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these have you tried, or are curious to try? Or maybe you have your own favorite nighttime snack that works wonders for you. Something passed down from your parents, or discovered along the way. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might help someone else feel seen, encouraged, or even inspired to try something new. And if this video made you feel a little more informed, a little more empowered, please give it a like. It really helps others in our community find these gentle health messages. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is your space. A place where aging isn't something to fear, but something to honor, to embrace, and to navigate with care, knowledge, and dignity. We're here for you, every step of the way. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope tonight, when you close your eyes, your body feels a little lighter, your heart a little fuller, and your mind a little more at ease. Until next time. Stay well. Stay curious. And always remember, age is just wisdom in motion. I'll see you in the next video.